Hi, it's me again. So one of the things I've been doing in recent times is learning astrology. It's a very, very, very complex subject, but I am attempting to learn it along with some other bits and pieces, tarot and all that. When I was younger, never believed in astrology. I was always into astronomy. This is really interesting. I was really into astronomy. And in fact, the very first thing I bought with my very first paycheck as a teenager, because I had a summer job, was a telescope. So how geeky is that? um, but I thought astrology was just a bit of fluff, a bit of fun, and you read your stars in the paper, and you have a bit of a laugh about it. But I didn't really feel it amounted to anything. And then a couple of years ago, I started watching. I don't know why, it just appeared on my radar. YouTube suggests stuff, and it was about astrology. I thought, I'll have a look at this. And it talked about all the complexities of it because it is very multi-layered. So for example, I'm an Aries sun, so that means, so first of all, there's Western and Eastern astrology. So that's the first thing. And I'm slightly different in both. I've had readings in both. But in Western astrology, I'm an Aries sun. And the description of an Aries sun is somebody who is a natural born leader, is very energetic, is a real go-getter, kind of is great at managing people, is the kind of person everybody looks to in a crisis. And I'm thinking, well, this isn't me. It isn't me at all. But then once I learned about, and again, sticking with just a Western astrology, once I learned about my rising sign, which is Virgo, a Virgo rising, I really, really associated with that. And what I learned is that your sun sign is what you have the potential of. So that is what you could achieve if you have put all your ducks in the row. And I realized that we have free will. I also realized that we're affected by everything that we're exposed to as we grow up. Maybe we've been in a situation where we were bullied in school, or there's something about the relationships we've had, that maybe the love relationships or the childhood friends we had that actually kind of veered us off path of what our true potential could be. But so my Aries sun is saying that's what your potential could be if all your ducks are in a row. And your rising sign is more about how you appear to the world. And so I definitely see me as a Virgo rising. I mean, the attribute that sticks out most is Virgo risings are meticulous. We're detail people. We'll notice things. We'll notice detail other people don't see. We like to be very tidy. We like things to be very organized and orderly. We're a bit OCD, and I think, yes, that's me. That's my people. But it's interesting to go back to the Aries sun. So I can see times in my life where perhaps I've gotten off path of what I could have truly been, what would resonate with my soul, or what you're here to achieve, to learn. I don't know if that's what the real purpose of your sun is, that what you're here to embody. And in fact, because Aries suns are supposed to be naturally energetic, and I'm not. I tend to think I don't know what my spirit animal is. Well, actually, I do, but I don't. I had an Akashic reading, and she said that I had around me, my spirit animals were snake, bear, fox, and wolf, which again I resonate with because as a kid I remember being very connected to wolves. I had a wolf poster on my wall for years and years and years. And I've always loved dogs. And I like foxes. And I did touch a snake once. And bears are pretty cool as well. Yogi was a bear. I mean, who doesn't like a picnic basket? Anyway, looking at my Aries sun. So anyway, spirit animal. I was going to tell you, my spirit animal, I believe, is a sloth because that's as much energy as I have. But I realize I'm healing from fatigue, and every day I can see improvement. I see a huge improvement about how I was 5-6 years ago to how I am now. But anyway, I'm still on this healing journey. But I do laugh to myself when I think about me having a sloth as my spirit animal. So anyway, that's basically around the idea of my Aries sun, is that I'm this energetic person and I'm a leader, and I guess if I want to see a deity that I kind of feel, and in fact, I do feel very drawn to this deity, interestingly enough. So maybe there is some bit of an Aries sun behind me, is the deity Kali Ma, which I believe is a Hindu goddess. So I think it's Hindu. And what I love about Kali Ma is she is a very strong fighter. She's a strong warrioress, but she doesn't go into a conflict and start the conflict. She's there as a power to protect. And if somebody messes with her people or her tribe, she's there. She's there and she's standing up for truth. And that's what I love about Kali Ma. It kind of resonates to me about what, if you've ever watched Star Wars, what the Jedi philosophy is about. So it's not about starting a conflict. It's not about being angry and letting that anger take over and fighting back. It's about being in a very calm space and being in a very loving and friendly space. But somebody pushes your buttons and say, I am going to attack your land, your people, your whatever, then you are there as a formidable force to stop them. So that's kind of what I feel. I feel that the Aries sun is kind of like that. It's like the Kali Ma spirit. And interestingly enough, and I did a thing about I have a foot in two worlds because I'm half American and half Scottish. So I have a foot in two worlds, and I grew up between two cultures. And while I would say that I resonate more with my Virgo rising, and I am quite, if there's a group thing going on, like a meeting or something, I will be the quiet one at the back. I don't tend to say a whole lot. I'm not really the one that will stand up and speak first. But what I'm feeling is, if we get provoked enough, I think, okay, all right, well, I'll do it. Because right now it seems like the general idea or general feeling is certainly on social media is people. I think everybody's looking at someone else who's gonna stand up first. We've got to stand up. Humanity. We have to all stand up, and we have to speak our truths, and we have to defend ourselves and our families and our everything, because it's going to take us to do it. But I just get the idea right now that everybody's kind of looking at someone. Well, who's going to be the first? Who's going to be the first? Who's going to stand up? Who's going to push back? And everybody's just kind of looking at the crowd. Well, who's going to stand up and do it? And I'm at a point now where I think, all right, all right. If I have to be the first one to do it, I'll do it. I don't care at this point. I really don't. If I got to stand up and be the first to charge into the whatever, let me do it. Because there's nothing that can be done to me. The worst thing that actually can happen to me in this earth plane is somebody decides to take me off of it. But my soul doesn't die. So I don't care. I go off somewhere else. I'll have another life somewhere else. So while I love my life and I want to have a much longer time here, I realize I go on. I have faith. I go on. So for me, there's very little fear. I'm not saying I don't ever feel afraid of something or a bit apprehensive or a bit scared. Of course I do. But I'm more aligned with faith now. And once you start aligning with faith, then the fear kind of just falls away. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say right now. Is it's just funny how as time goes on, I keep thinking, well, maybe I am an Aries sun. And maybe there will be a point where everybody's looking around and I'm the one that says, all right, I'll go. What do I have to lose? I have nothing to lose. So who knows? I may be at the front there with the Kali Ma spirit, pushing back on whatever tyranny is trying to take over. And on that note, I'm gonna end. And thanks for listening and have a blessed day. Namaste.